What if one little-known policy change could quietly reduce benefits for some of the most financially vulnerable people in America? And most people would never even realize it was happening until the impact showed up in their monthly income. Right now, concerns are growing around a proposal that could affect individuals receiving supplemental security income, commonly known as SSI. While the details may sound technical, the real-world consequences could be significant for thousands of people who already live on extremely limited incomes. That's why it's important to understand what's being discussed, why it matters, and how it could affect families, seniors, and people with disabilities across the country. SSI is a needs-based program administered by the Social Security Administration. Unlike traditional Social Security retirement or disability benefits, SSI is funded through general tax revenues and is intended for people who have very limited income and resources. To qualify, individuals must meet strict financial requirements. For many recipients, SSI represents their primary source of income, and the monthly payment often covers only the most basic necessities. Many SSI recipients survive because family members, relatives, or close friends provide support. Some offer a spare bedroom, others provide a couch, temporary housing, or a safe place to stay when rent becomes impossible to afford. These arrangements often make the difference between stability and homelessness. A previous policy change recognized this reality. It acknowledged that when low-income families help vulnerable individuals by offering housing assistance, that support should not automatically result in benefit reductions. The idea was simple. People helping each other during difficult times should not be punished for doing the right thing. Now, concerns have emerged that certain protections could be rolled back. If that happens, some SSI recipients could once again see housing assistance counted against them when determining benefit eligibility or payment amounts. In practical terms, someone who relies on a relative's spare room could potentially face a reduction in benefits because the government assigns a value to that housing support. The challenge is that these policy discussions often involve complicated terminology, technical regulations, and administrative language that can make it difficult for the average person to understand what is actually being proposed. When rules become difficult to interpret, many people never realize how they may be affected until changes begin impacting their lives. For someone already living on less than $1,000 a month, even a modest reduction in benefits can create serious hardship. Every dollar matters when you're choosing between groceries, medication, utilities, transportation, or housing expenses. This issue also highlights a broader concern about how public benefit programs are administered. Many recipients already struggle with paperwork, reporting requirements, long wait times, confusing notices, and frequent policy updates. When changes occur, they often create uncertainty among beneficiaries who depend on these programs for survival. Across the country, people report difficulties understanding letters they receive from agencies, determining whether they still qualify for benefits, or figuring out how new regulations affect their individual circumstances. These challenges can become overwhelming, especially for older adults and people with disabilities who may already be managing health issues. Another major concern involves continuing disability reviews, commonly referred to as CDRs. These reviews are used to determine whether individuals receiving disability benefits continue to meet eligibility requirements. While periodic reviews have existed for many years, administrative changes and staffing issues can sometimes create confusion and delays. For beneficiaries, a disability review can be a stressful experience. Many worry that paperwork errors, missing records, or communication problems could put their benefits at risk. Even when individuals remain eligible, navigating the review process can be complicated. Long wait times at Social Security offices and on phone lines have also become a growing concern. Beneficiaries frequently report difficulties reaching representatives, scheduling appointments, or obtaining clear answers about their cases. For someone relying on benefits to meet essential needs, delays can create significant anxiety. Fraud and scams remain another issue that affects recipients nationwide. Criminals often target seniors and vulnerable individuals by pretending to represent government agencies. They may claim benefits have been suspended, threaten legal action, or demand personal information. It's important to remember that legitimate government agencies generally do not call people unexpectedly demanding immediate payments, threatening arrests, or requesting sensitive personal information over the phone. Anyone receiving suspicious communications should verify information directly through official government channels. Many people also have questions about disability eligibility, retirement benefits, and how different Social Security programs interact with one another. These rules can become especially confusing because different programs have different requirements. For example, disability insurance benefits and retirement benefits operate under separate eligibility standards. Someone may qualify for retirement benefits, but not disability benefits, depending on their work history and when a disabling condition began. Understanding these distinctions often requires careful review of individual circumstances. Another common area of confusion involves people who receive SSI and later become eligible for retirement benefits. Because SSI is designed as a needs-based program, recipients are generally required to apply for other benefits for which they qualify. When retirement benefits begin, SSI payments may be adjusted accordingly. In many cases, individuals continue receiving support through a combination of programs. However, the calculations can be complicated, and administrative delays sometimes create temporary overpayments or underpayments that must later be corrected. Survivor benefits represent another area where misunderstandings frequently occur. Many people are unaware that surviving spouses may qualify for benefits based on a deceased spouse's work record. Depending on age and eligibility requirements, these benefits can provide important financial support. Similarly, spousal benefits may be available to certain individuals whose own retirement benefit is smaller than the benefit available through a spouse's earnings record. These provisions were designed to help protect families and provide additional financial security during retirement. Health coverage is another major concern for beneficiaries. Medicare and Medicaid play critical roles in ensuring access to health care for millions of Americans. Yet many people remain confused about the differences between the programs and how eligibility works. Medicare is generally available to individuals who meet age or disability requirements. Medicaid, meanwhile, is based largely on income and financial need. Some individuals qualify for both programs simultaneously, creating opportunities for additional assistance with healthcare expenses. For those who qualify for both Medicare and Medicaid, certain programs may help cover premiums, deductibles, or other healthcare costs. These benefits can significantly improve financial stability for individuals living on fixed incomes. However, proposed budget changes and policy adjustments have raised concerns about future eligibility requirements and coverage levels. Beneficiaries worry that reductions in assistance could increase out-of-pocket healthcare costs at a time when many households are already struggling with inflation and rising living expenses. Work incentives for disability beneficiaries are another important topic. Contrary to popular belief, disability programs often include provisions that encourage beneficiaries to attempt returning to work without immediately losing all benefits. Trial work periods, for example, allow certain individuals receiving disability benefits to test their ability to work while maintaining protections during the transition period. These programs recognize that some people may be capable of returning to employment under the right circumstances. The goal is to remove barriers that might discourage individuals from exploring work opportunities. Without these protections, many beneficiaries could fear losing healthcare coverage or financial support if an employment attempt proves unsuccessful. For seniors, another ongoing concern involves the long-term future of Social Security itself. Discussions about trust fund projections, benefit funding, and potential reforms continue to generate debate among policymakers and beneficiaries alike. Many retirees depend heavily on Social Security income. As a result, any discussion involving future benefit levels naturally attracts significant public attention. People want reassurance that programs they contributed to throughout their working lives will remain stable and reliable. At the same time, experts continue discussing possible solutions aimed at strengthening the system for future generations. These conversations often involve difficult policy choices and competing priorities. What remains clear is that millions of Americans rely on Social Security, SSI, Medicare, and Medicaid every day. For many families, these programs provide essential financial support, healthcare access, and economic stability. That's why even small regulatory changes deserve careful attention. A rule adjustment that seems minor on paper can have meaningful consequences for real people trying to manage daily expenses and maintain their quality of life. Understanding these developments empowers individuals to ask questions, stay informed, and participate in discussions that may affect their future. Knowledge remains one of the most effective tools people have when navigating complex government programs and protecting the benefits they have earned or qualify to receive. The conversation surrounding benefit programs is likely to continue evolving in the months ahead. As proposals move through administrative and public review processes, beneficiaries, advocates, and policymakers will all play a role in shaping the outcome. For now, awareness is critical. Staying informed about changes, reviewing official communications carefully, reporting potential scams, and seeking guidance when questions arise can help individuals make informed decisions about their benefits and financial well-being. Many people approaching retirement also struggle with one of the biggest questions in the Social Security system: when should they claim benefits? The answer is different for everyone because it depends on health, work history, financial needs, family circumstances, and long-term goals. Some individuals choose to claim benefits as soon as they become eligible. Others decide to wait in exchange for larger monthly payments later in life. While there is no universal answer, understanding the trade-offs can help people make better decisions. For those who continue working while receiving benefits before reaching full retirement age, earnings limits may apply. Exceeding those limits can result in temporary reductions in benefits. Because these rules are often misunderstood, many retirees are surprised when adjustments occur. Spousal benefits create another layer of complexity. Many married individuals are unaware that they may qualify for benefits based on a spouse's earnings record if that amount is higher than their own. The calculations can become complicated, especially when both spouses have work histories of their own. Survivor benefits are equally important. When a spouse passes away, surviving family members may be eligible for benefits based on the deceased worker's record. Understanding these rules before a crisis occurs can help families prepare and avoid unnecessary confusion during difficult times. Unfortunately, misinformation often spreads quickly online. People frequently hear conflicting advice from friends, social media posts, or unofficial sources. While well-intentioned, inaccurate information can sometimes lead individuals to make costly decisions regarding retirement, disability, or healthcare benefits. This is why official guidance and careful research remain so important. Every person's situation is unique, and benefit rules often depend on specific facts that may not apply equally to everyone. Healthcare coverage continues to be one of the largest concerns for retirees and disabled individuals. Medical costs can place enormous pressure on fixed incomes, making programs like Medicare and Medicaid essential lifelines for millions of households. For some beneficiaries, qualifying for both Medicare and Medicaid opens the door to additional assistance programs that help cover healthcare expenses. These programs can reduce financial stress by helping with premiums, deductibles, prescriptions, and other costs. However, many people never learn about assistance programs that could potentially help them. Studies have repeatedly shown that billions of dollars in benefits go unclaimed each year because eligible individuals either don't know programs exist or don't realize they qualify. This highlights the importance of education and outreach. When people understand what resources are available, they are better positioned to access support that can improve their financial security and overall quality of life. At the same time, many states face ongoing challenges related to budget pressures, healthcare costs, and administrative workloads. These pressures can influence how programs are managed and how eligibility reviews are conducted. As a result, beneficiaries should always pay close attention to notices they receive, deadlines they must meet, and requests for updated information. Missing paperwork or failing to respond on time can sometimes create unnecessary complications. Another issue affecting many households involves housing affordability. Rising rents and housing costs have created difficulties for people living on fixed incomes. For SSI recipients and low-income seniors, finding affordable housing can be one of the biggest challenges they face. This reality explains why family support networks are so important. Relatives, friends, and community members often provide assistance that helps vulnerable individuals remain housed and avoid homelessness. These informal support systems frequently fill gaps that government programs alone cannot address. Economic uncertainty has also increased concerns among many beneficiaries. Inflation, healthcare expenses, food costs, utility bills, and housing expenses continue to strain household budgets. For individuals relying primarily on benefit programs, even modest increases in expenses can have a major impact. Many recipients report carefully budgeting every dollar they receive. Unexpected expenses, prescription costs, home repairs, or transportation issues can quickly disrupt financial stability. This is why discussions involving benefit changes generate such strong public interest. The future of public assistance programs will continue to be shaped by policy decisions, economic conditions, and public engagement. While opinions differ regarding specific proposals, most people agree that transparency is essential. Beneficiaries deserve clear explanations about how policies work, who may be affected, and what options are available. When information is difficult to understand, people often struggle to make informed decisions about their financial futures. Community awareness can play an important role here. When individuals share information about experiences, challenges, and program changes, others may learn valuable lessons that help them avoid problems or identify opportunities for assistance. For example, someone who encounters a confusing benefits notice may help others understand what to expect. A person who discovers a scam attempt can warn neighbors and family members before additional victims are targeted. These shared experiences create stronger and more informed communities. Technology has made information more accessible than ever before, but it has also increased the spread of misinformation. As a result, critical thinking and verification have become more important than ever. Whenever significant benefit changes are discussed, individuals should look for reliable sources, review official guidance, and avoid making decisions based solely on rumors or unverified claims. Taking time to confirm information can prevent unnecessary stress and confusion. Advocacy and civic participation also remain important. People who care about retirement security, disability benefits, healthcare access, and public assistance programs often choose to communicate with elected officials and participate in public discussions. Constructive engagement allows citizens to share concerns and perspectives about issues affecting their lives. Regardless of political views, many beneficiaries simply want stability, clarity, and confidence that programs will continue serving those who depend on them. These concerns are understandable given how important these benefits are to millions of households. Planning ahead can also make a significant difference. Understanding eligibility requirements, keeping records organized, reviewing annual statements, and staying informed about program updates can help individuals navigate the system more effectively. Families may also benefit from discussing future planning before emergencies occur. Conversations about retirement timing, survivor benefits, healthcare coverage, and financial preparedness can reduce uncertainty and make transitions easier when unexpected situations arise. For people receiving disability benefits, understanding work incentives and reporting requirements can help them explore opportunities while protecting eligibility. For retirees, learning about benefit options may help maximize long-term income. For caregivers and family members, knowledge can make it easier to assist loved ones when questions arise. One lesson appears repeatedly across all these topics: information matters. The more informed people are about the programs they rely upon, the better prepared they become to handle changes, avoid mistakes, and protect their interests. As discussions continue regarding Social Security, SSI, Medicare, Medicaid, and related programs, beneficiaries should remain attentive, ask questions when needed, and verify information through trusted sources. While regulations and policies may evolve over time, staying engaged and informed provides the best opportunity to adapt successfully to any future changes. Millions of Americans depend on these programs every day, not as luxuries, but as essential sources of financial security, healthcare access, and stability. Understanding how these systems work is one of the most important steps individuals can take toward protecting themselves and their families. The months ahead will likely bring additional conversations about benefit programs, funding priorities, healthcare access, and retirement security. As those discussions unfold, informed citizens will be in the strongest position to understand what changes may affect them and how to respond effectively. For now, the most important takeaway is simple: stay informed, review official communications carefully, watch out for scams, keep records organized, and never hesitate to seek clarification when something doesn't make sense. Small actions today can prevent major problems tomorrow. Knowledge, preparation, and awareness remain powerful tools for anyone navigating complex government benefit programs. And in an environment where policies and procedures can change, those tools may prove more valuable than ever. USA claim rights.